Well, as you can imagine, it's an absolute disaster. I used to like a little illegal immigration because in a restaurant, you can never find the waiter, but there were always plenty of busboys whenever you needed water, butter, and those were our illegals. And the car wash was only $5. So a little through the years was okay, but we don't need 7 million, 10 million, 15 million. It's an absolute nightmare here in New York. And they're talking about literally billions and billions of dollars in costs to house all of them. They're talking about 10,000 a week per migrant. Usually you have to get divorced from a hedge fund guy to get 10,000 a week in support. This is your government at its absolute worst. Yeah, it's just awful. You know, we have a hotel called the Roosevelt. It was one of the most magnificent hotels in New York. It's now a migrant camp, laundry hanging out the window, people sleeping on the sidewalk. It's an absolute disgrace. Remember, it was a similar, history repeats itself. You had Jimmy Carter, who was as bad a president as Joe Biden. And that's when Cuba sent over all the illegals, the Mariella boat lift. They sent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of illegals and flooded Miami with them. Then remember the movie Scarface? That's where he came over, in that boat lift. So history repeating itself. Biden, the 21st century Jimmy Carter. The migrants are being sent here from Texas. That governor is being overwhelmed with them. He's got 4 or 5 million. I don't blame him. He's sending them all on buses to New York. If Trump were mayor of New York, he'd call him and say, what does it cost you to do this? 5 million, 6 million? We'll pay it for you. Let's just send the buses to Washington. That's really the answer. Drop them off in front of the White House. Let Joe Biden do his illegals. Let him figure it out. But whenever there's a Biden involved, everything becomes worse. Everything that can go wrong goes wrong. Everything is worse. Inflation is crazy. The border is, it's total lawlessness. Chaos at the border. He's ruined our police departments. Many of our cities are homeless camps and crime zones. It's horrible. He'd have to improve just to be a failure. It's below failure. It's deliberate chaos.